Yeah. As I've heard many times in the 24 hours we've been here, what the feck's wrong with you? I've just been to the toilet. I thought I'd better go before I started, and it said wet floor, so I did.
Oh, the old ones.
The old jokes.
The old ones are the best ones. But despite that, I fell on the floor. And I'm very glad I'm speaking first, because it's quite likely I shall be falling on the floor fairly soon. In any case, even if I remain upright, my words won't make much sense to any of you. I haven't heard much sense since I've been here. It's not the thought that I'm losing a daughter which is driving me to this sort of condition. It's merely my advancing years which are catching up on me, but I refuse to recognise the fact. I went to my doctor the other day to find out why I wasn't enjoying sex so much these days.
Oh, Jesus.
My wife. When did you notice this? She said. Twice last night and once this morning.
Sure.
So, Beck, you'll be happy to know that getting older isn't entirely bad.
One big
First of all, I would like to welcome you all on behalf of the happy couple, family members, friends, and those who simply wandered in off the golf course. They were looking for misdirected golf balls, realised they were onto a good thing, stayed for a good feed and a drink. There must be quite a number of them here, as I just can't believe that Andrew and Beck have got so many friends. No, my friends and free-loading golfers, the thought of losing a daughter does not drive me to drink. More a sense of relief, I would have said. I have 3 daughters, and 2 are down, and there's just 1 to go. Any offers in sealed envelopes, leave them on the table outside.
Go on, Neil, stand up.
The boys are married off and launched into procreation. There's one of them, and his good lady wife. There's another one, and his good lady wife. And they've put the procreation off to bed, and I shall be joining them fairly soon. Apparently the babysitter... No, that's another story. I've got every reason, therefore, now to let my hair down, except it's too late. I don't have any left. I've torn it all out already. When Beck was little, she was very early to speak. We went to Africa, my first wife and I. It's very difficult, this table. Enough said. You see what I mean? Our next door neighbour there, who was a bit of a prick really, said very in a demeaning way to Rebecca, "Oh look, what a lovely butterfly." She was 18 months old, and she said, "Actually, it's a moth." That's true, is it not? We wanted to broaden her horizons when she was little, so in Mombasa we decided to send her to a Catholic school. We knew she would end up somewhere like this one day. And one day, Sister Fortunata asked Beck what she would want to be when she grew up. "When I grow up, I think I'll be a prostitute." "What did you say?" Sister Fortunata thundered. "A prostitute," Beck said in her clear voice. She really was a precocious talker. "The Lord be praised," Sister Fortunata gave a sigh of relief. "I thought you said Protestant." The old ones are the good ones, yeah. That one passed I was planning on a few Les Dawson-style one-liners about the wife. You know, the sort of thing. I'm not saying the wife is ugly, but she went to see the film of The Elephant Man, and the audience thought it was a personal appearance.
Which one?
Or I took my wife to Madame Tussauds, and the attendant said, "Keep moving, sir, we're stock taking." However, I dare not make any jokes about my wives, as I am surrounded by present and former ones, and who knows, perhaps even future ones. I'm more hopeful than confident on that respect. I'm very surprised that both of them are still awake at this stage. By the way, I only wear these shoes I've got on for weddings, and they've not really been broken in. So I may well have to take them off, and if you're in the same boat, everybody, feel free to do the same. Sorry, Andrew? Your underpants are too tight. No, well, you're just going to have to keep them on until later. That's the thing about youth, you see, impatience. Still, Beck, no worries about you being impatient then.
No, because I'm not youthful.
You're not youthful, exactly. It falls to me to thank you all for coming together here in this wonderful place to share this fabulous, fabulous food, to celebrate the marriage of Andrew and Rebecca. Some of you have made long journeys to be here, especially me. And I know it means a lot to the happy couple that you've made the effort. Credit cards are groaning all over Europe. So I think at this point, we should give ourselves a round of applause for having come here and made their day. Our day. So thank you one and all on behalf of the newlyweds.
Well done.
I believe it would be appropriate, Beck, to also make mention of some of those who are not here. Your sister Olivia would have dearly loved to fly over from New York. She is not best pleased that she's the only one of your siblings not to be here. As we both know, she simply could not stretch her credit card any broader. But she, her husband, and little Henry are with you both in spirit. I should explain that the United States, in order to issue her with a green card, demanded that she be in Britain, so she flew back and forth last year 3 times. And now she's got a green card. I don't expect we'll see her again. At the slight risk of being maudlin, you have no grandparents still alive, Beck. God knows you're lucky your parents still are. But they would have looked on with love and pride. You never knew Monty, your maternal grandfather. He was a wonderful man, gentle to the point of tears on occasions like this. Your maternal grandmother was at her best and worst on occasions like this. She would have loved to be here. My mother knew only you of the 5 siblings, and though she was very, very cautious in distributing her love, she was passionate about you. As for Grandad Stanley, you, Beck, were quite simply his pride and joy. I'm quite sure that all 4 of them would have heartily approved of Andrew and taken him into their affections. Now I must turn my attention to the happy couple. And by the way, I'm quite amazed that your dress is so close to being white. But you tell me it is ivory. Does it look white to you?
Yes. Ivory.
You want to play safe, you go for crimson or something like that. So far, I've only one complaint from Andrew. He's very upset that he wasn't allowed to wear a fascinator. I must say, I share his distress. And I know Ben is distraught as well. A monkey suit is all well and good, but there's nothing like a cheeky little bobbing fascinator to get people going. Andrew tells me that halfway through the run-up to the wedding, his credit card was stolen. He decided not to report it as the thief was spending less than Beck. You both look wonderful. You are wonderful. This venue is perfect, and we're privileged to have been asked to join you on your big day. Yeah. Many, many thanks, Beck and Andrew, from all of us here. The lodge we're staying in is great. There was just one strange incident. In the middle of the night, someone stood outside the door shouting, "Knock, knock." So naturally, guess what's coming? I asked, "Who's there?" I got the reply, "Arsehole." "Arsehole who?" "Open the door and find out, arsehole." Rebecca, Andrew, do all you can to keep your love alive and powerful. Remember, they say that while love is blind, marriage can be rather an eye-opener. Let your marriage be an eye-opener in the best sense of the word. You'll know if the honeymoon is over if Andrew phones home to say he'll be late back for dinner, and Beck has left a message on the answering machine saying it's in the microwave oven. Keep the spirit of the honeymoon alive and kicking. Don't ever ring home to say you'll be late. Don't just correspond via electronic messages. Above all, chuck the bloody microwave into Cork Harbour. Eat well, drink well, and love well. I have a little note from Alice and Martha. It says, "Don't forget us either." Could I call on all of you here present to be upstanding and join me in drinking to the continuing good health and happiness of the wonderful and fortunate couple. To Andrew and Rebecca.
Andrew and Rebecca.
Well done. Well done, Duke. Well done.
Ladies and gents, can I ask, is it better without the microphone or with the microphone? With the microphone.
Who said that?
Jan, stand up. Stand up. Stand up, for God's sake.
Right.